Hi, Tana Barnes back again. Here we are live in the Barnes family kitchen. And so I said in the first video that my girlfriend thought I should start doing cooking videos because I always make really good healthy things. And I decided to call today French Fry Friday because I love French fries. I love potatoes. I don't eat a whole lot of mashed potato only because you add milk and butter, and I don't do dairy, but I love my French fries. The French fries turned out really good. So you guys saw the first video, and there are my French fries. They are yummy. I think I made them a little too spicy. They got quite a kick, and definitely can't give one to the dog. I think she'd probably throw it up. Anyway, I figured I might as well come back on and finish up with French fries and dinner. So I'm gonna just do some steamed broccoli. Yes, and I'm gonna show you what I do. Just simple and easy, you guys. Dinner does not, or food does not have to be difficult unless you really want to be a gourmet cook, which I'm really not a gourmet cook. Hey, Michelle. Anyway, but when I do cook, I like to cook in bulk, basically bulk that will feed me, at least for the weekend or for the week. So I bought asparagus today. I picked up my asparagus from Costco. They don't always have organic, but they had organic today and it looked wonderful. So I prefer organic food over conventional just because then I know it's not coated in all the pesticides that they use. If you guys don't really, know much about pesticides or Roundup, I've read articles where they have found glyphosate in breast tumors, and glyphosate is Roundup. So I really try to avoid food that is contaminated. Yes, you can wash it as well as you want to wash it, but it's still growing, in that. Anyhow, so I just break my bag open. I'm going to give them a rinse. I have a big stone pan. Love Pampered Chef. I've had this pan for years, obviously. It used to be light brown and now it's very dark brown because that's what I use all the time to bake in my oven. You could also do asparagus in the air fryer. For some reason, I just have this habit of baking it in the oven, so I really haven't tried it in the air fryer, but I do reheat it in the air fryer. I'm also going to steam some broccoli today, so I've got my steam pot out, I've got my water. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on because I want lots of vegetables. And I'm going to cook some turkey burgers. Okay. So, let me turn this one on. There we go. I'll turn that one off. This is my steam pot. It's got the holes in it. My oven is already ready for my asparagus. And my asparagus is all rinsed off. I rinsed it all off. So now I'm going to put a couple paper towels down on my pan over here. Okay, so laid that out. And my asparagus, I always snap the bottoms off. Okay, I remember, it's so funny because I remember there was a field out in front of our house out in Idaho. I think we lived in Twin Falls, Idaho. And this is my memory. I don't know, honestly, I don't really know, but this is what I remember, that there was wild asparagus that grew across the street from us. So we picked asparagus. Anyhow, you just snap the bottoms off because the reason you do that is because asparagus can get real kind of stringy and chewy at the bottom, near the bottom of the stem, and that's really not fun to be chewing on. Asparagus is really healthy. It's definitely one of my go-tos. It's also a diuretic, interestingly enough. Loads of vitamins and minerals. But I'll cook the whole bag, and then, you know, I eat like maybe 4 to 5 pieces at a time, depending on the thickness. Of course, these are super thick, so it may only be 3 pieces. So instead of going out on Friday for dinner, it's a home-cooked meal. And I'll have leftovers for the weekend. You know, Audrey, thank you, by the way, for your comment. We're always talking about exercise and how exercise is so healthy for you, mind and body, right? But you always need to incorporate the nutritional aspect to it. Nutrition's 80% of your health, you guys. 80%, if not more, really. And food is also a big part of your mental and emotional health. It is, because if you eat really crappy, you're going to feel really crappy, and you're not going to be very nice, right? Maybe you'll be nice for a moment, but because sugar may be sweet, but it might make you mean. So I dry my asparagus off really good. I'll bring you down here so you can see what I'm doing. Look, these French fries are amazing. Could use a little bit more salt, but you know, they're good. Anyhow, so there's my asparagus all dried off, ready to go. Once again, here I am using my avocado oil. And I don't want to coat it too much, just a little bit, just so it gets a nice bake, because I do bake it. I don't roast the asparagus, only bake it. Then once again, my sea salt, my Himalayan, always my go-to. Maybe you'd rather have kosher salt or just regular sea salt. I don't use iodized salt. I prefer not to. I don't put oregano on that, actually. But I do garlic. So sea salt and garlic. This is actually how I make my kale chips as well. Sea salt and garlic. That's all you need. And the flavor is just divine. You don't want to overpower your vegetables with a lot of seasonings and stuff, because you want to taste that vegetable, right? So we oiled it up really well. Just like that. And we're going to throw it in the oven for about 15 minutes. It's going to be probably enough time to get this broccoli cooked and to cook our turkey burgers. Okay, hope you guys are having a great Friday evening. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that in the oven. We got 15 minutes on that. And then I've got my broccoli. I bought it from, this broccoli I bought from Walmart, I think. Walmart actually doesn't have a bad selection of organic food and at a fairly good price. So, you know, prices have gone up, of course, because of stuff going on. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, and it looks really good today. I'm going to go ahead and give it a rinse. And oddly enough, I'm the only one that'll eat the turkey burgers. I think everybody avoids them because they're mine. But I offer. Anyhow, when you take your rubber bands off of your produce, please cut them in half unless you save them for other things, okay? Because you don't want it to get around a neck of a small animal, or a small animal to, you know, well, they may consume it. I hope not. Anyway, I always break them in half unless I'm saving them. All right, where's my big knife? My big knife. I'm not one to eat a lot of this stem. It's such a waste. It's very sad, but I just don't. But I chop it up and I put it in my compost. We used to grow food out in our backyard, so we composted and we put our compost around the garden. And we still do. We still compost around plants and stuff, but I don't grow any food right now. It is very time consuming, but you know, definitely worth it if you like to do so. We did that as kids. You know, my parents always had a garden. I remember because they always made us go out and weed it. My family liked, what was it called? It's the red stem. Shoot, can't remember what it's called. Rhubarb. Rhubarb, that's it. My whole family liked rhubarb. I just could not. Ugh. Rhubarb. They like to eat it with sugar on it. Yeah, just couldn't get past that taste. I don't know. I've got a pretty healthy palate, but rhubarb was definitely not one of my favorites. Anyway, so I've got broccoli today, and then I'm going to add some carrots with my broccoli, but I'll probably put the carrots in first once that water heats up, because the carrots will take a little bit longer. And I just buy the already peeled and washed and chopped up pre-peeled, washed, and chopped up carrots. So, and of course they are organic. And I pick these up at Walmart as well. I don't always shop at Walmart, but I needed some spinach, and they actually have organic spinach there and in a big container because I eat it every morning. So I picked myself up some carrots as well. So I'm going to take my pan here, go ahead and slice it open. I don't know, these carrots are pretty small. Just how many ever carrots you want. Once again, I always reheat my food up in the air fryer or in a regular pan on the stove. And the reason being, I don't like microwaves. Every once in a while I'll use the microwave, I'll heat up water. You're finding that I'm very picky, but I'm trying to protect me and protect my body, protect my health, protect my brain. Because these carrots are so small, I think I'm going to go ahead and add the broccoli with them because they won't take any time to cook. So, we're going to go ahead and put those on. This is not necessarily the order I would do everything. Ooh, strawberry rhubarb pie. Yeah, my family likes that too. I just can't. Just can't do the rhubarb. My pans. I use ceramic. They're awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to have to turn on the fan. All this heat going on over here. So I'll turn it on low. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Just give my pan a little wipe out. And I'm going to heat up my pan, and it's time to cook the turkey burgers. They don't really take any time. This is a nice, simple, easy meal. Once again, you'll have leftovers, so you just reheat the leftovers tomorrow or the next day, have them for lunch, have them for breakfast. Why not? I eat vegetables. I eat vegetables for breakfast all the time. Got to get your greens in there. All right. So here, you get 3 packs of organic ground turkey. I get that from Costco. It is not pretty. Ground turkey is gross. I mean, I think it's kind of mushy and weird looking, but I'll tell you, it cooks up really nice. So don't normally, I take a big spoon. I don't put egg in it. I don't put bread in it. You don't have to do anything. It stays bound really well without anything in it. So if I can get this open. Sometimes these packages don't peel like they should, but that's all right. I got it open. My pan is nice and hot. I put it at medium heat. I don't add oil. I don't have to because it is a ceramic pan, non-stick. Might stick a little bit, but if it does tend to stick a little bit, I just add a little bit of water and it loosens it right up. So I'll cut my turkey in 4s. Still a little bit of ice in there, but it'll cook out. So I just cook it in quarters right there. So I have 1/4 pound turkey burgers. I scoop it out and just throw it in the pan. Just like that. Good. Oops. And then we got this one. It's the last one. Some might be a little bit bigger than others. Maybe you didn't get it, get the quarters just right, but it doesn't really matter, right? And I've tried to go vegan. I just can't get away from the meat. Just as long as it's not overconsumption, Anyway, so I always rinse out my packaging before I throw it in the trash, so I'll put it in the sink. And then, oops, sorry. So there's my turkey burgers in my pan. I smush it down. Unfortunately, it wasn't completely thawed, so I got a big old lump in there, but hopefully it'll thaw out while it cooks. So, there we go. Oop, that one too, huh? So those might take just a little bit longer to cook. So flatten it out really good. All right, I think I can, there we go. There's my turkey burgers. I can't hold the camera and season at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and season my turkey burgers. All right. Of course, I've got my famous sea salt. Yes, I put salt on pretty much everything. But remember, when you're eating at home, the salt consumption is so much less than if you're eating out. You have no idea how much sodium is in everything. That includes, make sure you're reading your processed foods, including like canned soups and canned vegetables and anything that contains sodium. Look at your sodium content. We need salt, but we don't need to overdose ourselves in salt. Now for me, as far as, because I'm sweating all the time, constantly working out, salt's really not going to hurt me too much. So, and I only season one side of my burgers. There's really no point in seasoning both sides. Salt, Himalayan, pepper, it's another thing when it comes to meat, always organic. The only time I don't eat organic meat is if I don't have a choice. And that's all there is. When I go out to eat, if they don't have organic meat like chicken, or I don't have meat, I'll have a vegetarian meal. There's a place called Moxie Burger. It's absolutely delicious. They actually do a grass-fed, I don't know if it's organic, but it's grass-fed. Might be organic. Beef burger. It's delicious. Of course, garlic, you can't not put garlic on your burger. You gotta have garlic, unless you don't like garlic. Okay, we got pepper, salt, garlic, and of course, oregano. Lots of oregano. And then today, I feel like a little bit of smoked paprika. Okay, I like smoked paprika. You can get organic smoked paprika too. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. It doesn't have to be too much, just a little bit. This would have actually been really good on my fries. And for your burgers, the way you know that they're ready to be turned is the juices come through the top. If you don't already know that, like any meat, beef, or what have you, the juices start coming up through the top, and then you know it's ready to be flipped. All right. Let's see how the steamed veggies are doing. Ooh, they look good. Good stuff. And then my burgers, I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water to them. So just a little bit. Not too much. We'll keep them nice and moist. I don't necessarily eat buns because I don't eat wheat. Sometimes I'll have gluten-free bread and I'll put my burger on top of a piece of gluten-free toast and with some avocado and mustard. I love spicy mustard. As far as my French fries, I like to dip those maybe in a little bit of avocado mayonnaise. So I've got my organic Dijon mustard. I like spicy mustard, or the spicy brown mustard. If you've ever had that, that's really good too. And then instead of regular mayonnaise, I always use avocado mayonnaise because I'd rather there be, and this is actually used with some organic eggs and white vinegar, organic mustard. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot of ingredient in that. If you look at the back of a mayonnaise jar, I mean, it's a long list of stuff. You've got soybean oil, you've got canola oil, whatever it is. I don't recommend those kind of oils. I don't think that they're healthy. Soybean is one of the largest pesticide foods in the world, soybeans. So, and there's soy in everything. You guys know that. So I read ingredients all the time, very health conscious. I want to know what's going in this because it's respect for what is carrying my soul around, right? All right, our asparagus is done and my burgers are ready to be flipped. So I'm going to flip my burgers. They're not quite as brown on the side because I added water. So see if we can get the other side to be a little bit more brown. All right, we'll get my asparagus out. The best hot pads in the world, silicone mitts. Oh. I think because they're so big, I'm going to have to cook them for about 3 more minutes. So I will do that. Maybe we'll do 5 more minutes. And I'm guessing my broccoli and carrots are done, so I'll get a fork. You don't want to overcook your broccoli, then it gets mushy, right? Oh yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So of course you want your broccoli and carrots to stop steaming. You take the lid off, and I let all the steam out. There they are. I will be seasoning my broccoli with olive oil, sea salt, and pepper. Maybe a little bit of garlic. Let me have a French fry. Mmm, yummy. Even when they're cold, they're so good. If you don't like potatoes, I'm so sorry. But this is my dinner tonight. I have a leftover spaghetti bolognese in the refrigerator that I made the other night. And I think that's probably, well, my husband will either eat that, or he made a spatchcock chicken 2 nights ago. It turned out really good. I had some of that yesterday. So I'll be sharing some of these moments with you every once in a while. I'll probably do a breakfast for you at some point, maybe Monday before class. So I'll show you what I actually cook for myself for breakfast. All right. Make sure that when you turn your burgers over, that you do put a little slice down the middle of them. That way they cook evenly, thoroughly. You can't eat turkey burgers raw. You have to eat them cooked. Beef you can eat raw, of course, but no, I wouldn't eat turkey burgers raw. All right. Anyhow, when I am finished here, I'll take a picture of my meal and post it on my channel. And I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little mini cooking show that I provided for you. Yeah, I'm always hungry at breakfast. I'm with you, Michelle. Love a good breakfast, right? Even have my French fries for breakfast. But I will definitely be doing this again every once in a while and share some of my just off the top of my head recipes. All right? All right, you guys, you take care. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye.